What's going on, guys? West Coast Florida Fishing here, and today I am bringing you the brand new Shimano Nasci 2021 unboxing and small upgrade. Now, so this is the 2500 high gear, that's what HG stands for, and this did just debut at iCast, but my coworker actually has already got his hands on one, and he allowed me to do this video on his. So big shout out to Caleb. Thank you so much for letting me borrow your Shimano here. And his Instagram is going to be down in the description below, so go give him a follow. Really huge thanks to you. So all these obviously is standard. 20 pounds of drag, 6 bearings, 5+1, the 1 meaning the anti-reverse, and then also 36 inches per crank, weighing in at 8.5 ounces with a 6:2 to 1 gear ratio. We're going to go ahead and get started opening it. Whew, crispy. Now obviously the first thing we have in here is the spinning reel manual. You guys can go through this if you'd like. That's not going to be this video. And this is the schematic, which is super cool. That's the Shimano Nasci. That is the reel we're working with today, and here she is. So now that I took this out, let's go ahead and move this box over just a little bit. And of course it does come with your standard spool shims down there as well. So now that we have the reel out, let's go ahead and take it out of the package. Alright, there she is. Now as you can see, it almost looks like a Stratic FK or an FL with that kind of silver and then that darker spool etching and indentation. You can actually see it looks really good. I mean, all the chrome looks fantastic on it. This is actually black up here on the spool, which you guys can probably tell here, and so that's super nice. You can see he actually put some power on it. And you can hear it's actually starting to rain, which is super cool. I love the rain. And go ahead and comment down below if you like the rain too, because I don't know, it just makes me feel good, makes me feel happy. So we'll go ahead, and one of the new features on the Nasci is actually that it's got a screw-in handle instead of a screw-through, which means that the screw would be on this side. So we'll just go ahead and screw that in. And it is now tight, and she spins beautifully. Very smooth, very familiarizing with the Stratic FL. Super nice. It's got some of the similar kind of shields on it too. You can kind of see it's got a very similar kind of build. It's very nice. I'll just go ahead and sound the clicker off for everyone. It doesn't sound too bad. Sounds pretty good. I like it. I'll get closer here for the camera. Alright, so that was the spool clicking, and then this is the obviously the drag knob. I like all the etching that they did on it. We'll go ahead and take it off. Pretty standard. It's got some grease down in there, and pull that off. We can see it's actually got the same clicker support as the Spheros SW. Which is super cool, and actually the Ultegra, very similar spool support and clicker system. Obviously the clicker ratcheting system being that standard spring. Super nice. Everything's super cool in this brand new one. It is such a huge upgrade from the old one. I'm not even gonna grab an old one to compare to you guys, because I don't think it'll do no justice looking at the old one compared to the new one. It honestly feels like a different generation, which is good. That's what they were trying to do. So what I'll go ahead and do now is I'll put the mic on the actual reel and give it a spin so you guys can hear it. So that's what it sounded like. It sounds really good. For $100, and yes, $100, that is it. The price did not go up, the price did not change. It's $100 for this reel. It might be the best $100 reel on the market right now. I don't know. Kind of want everyone else's opinion. What do you guys think of the new Nasci? Do you like it? Do you like the way it looks? Do you like the way that it kind of follows that Stratic kind of silver metallic look? Let me know down in the description below, please. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this reel. Now that we go ahead and we did the whole unboxing thing, let's go ahead and do my mini upgrade here. And so Caleb does like the power knob, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a Shimano power knob on here, not the Gomex's power knob. And this is gonna be the same power knob from the 5000 Stratic FL. So it's actually right here, and it doesn't come all assembled like this. It comes with the actual knob, and then you have to order an O-ring, and then you actually have to order that screw. But I've already assembled it for us. So let's go ahead and get into this upgrade now. So the first thing you want to do is pop off this cap here. And I'm going to adjust my light a little bit so maybe we can hopefully see a little bit better. Alright, so go ahead and pop off that silver chrome cap. And I'm just doing this with my T-head or hex head. I'm not sure which one. I guess that's a hex 0.9. So I'm going to go ahead and just use this tool and just kind of pull up. You can see it kind of starts pushing up there. And just pop that off. And there's just a screw underneath, just like normal. We're going to now take our multi-tool that I have acquired from, I believe, Lowe's. You can find these at Lowe's. I think it was like $8, and it's one of the best things I've ever bought. Honestly, you guys see how much I use it in all these videos. And I mean, if you didn't know that, because this is your first time here, number one, welcome. Number two, I have a lot more videos out on upgrading other reels. So if you guys wanted to, you could go check out my channel, hit that subscribe button while you're there, and then go ahead and check out what reel you want to watch being upgraded. Alright, so this screw just unscrews just like that, and we can just pull off that whole handle assembly there. So you can see that's actually a nylon bushing that we will be replacing. Screw just fell out right there in front of you guys. We'll go ahead and take this bushing off. And there's our other bearing that we need to get out. So I'm going to use my handy dandy bearing extractor. It's not actually a bearing extractor, it's an old paintbrush that I've ripped the head off of. But this allows me to kind of just push it in and pull it out. And it takes everything out with it. So super cool, super nice, super helpful. So we'll go ahead and take that off. Obviously you do have that shim, so we want to remember the orientation of that. And I will pull this bearing off. And again, we will be replacing this bushing with a bearing. And now let's go ahead and take this out of the wrap. Alright, so here's our handle. Super nice, fits perfectly in the palm of my hand, and hopefully Caleb will like it as well. We'll go ahead and unscrew it now. And that's the screw and the washer that I was talking about that comes separately. And all these parts will be in the description below, so if you want to buy this for yourself, there will be a link down there just for you guys. And that includes these bearings as well. Speaking of bearings, I do have the Shimano RD13269. This is a handle bearing. It is also known as a line roller bearing. So pretty cool. And they kind of use interchangeable bearing sizes, which kind of help their case sometimes. So before I put this in, I'm actually going to re-grease it. So I'm going to grab out the grease now. Alright, so I went ahead and grabbed my Shimano drag grease, looking a little low here, but that's okay. We're going to just take the toothbrush and just put a little bit of that stuff on there. Now we can grab our new bearing, and we'll just kind of dap it up with some grease. Just put a thin layer. Don't want to go too thick, it'll slow the bearing down a little bit, but that's okay, because the biggest thing we're going for is saltwater penetration here. We're trying to help alleviate all problems of failure. So now that we have that bearing all coated in grease, we'll go ahead and slide it down on our shaft. Just like so. Perfect. And now we can actually just slide our handle right down on the shaft. This fits right in. And then I will take this additional bearing and this shim, kind of match them up together. And we're going to take our bearing extractor. we're actually going to place this bearing in there. Just like so. Now I can slide it all the way down and know it's going to seat perfectly. I'll show you guys. Alright, so that's our bearing down there. So it's not quite aligned perfectly yet, but again, take this nifty difty multi-tool here and actually use it to just push down on that bearing just to get it to seat properly. And boom, it is perfectly seated now, which is awesome. We're going to put our, there we go, we're going to put our tool head back in and grab this screw, drop it in, see it in there. Hopefully we can get it kind of just pushed in there. Perfect. And so we don't mess up the threading, we're actually going to screw backwards until it falls into place. Oh, which it just did, I heard it. I'm going to go clockwise and tighten it up. Boom. Now it's tight. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and put the screw cap back on. And that'll kind of help with our waterproofing as well because of that seal. Alright, so grabbed a quarter and we'll just put it in the slot, and don't go too tight, but that should be more than enough. I don't know if you guys saw that, but just tighten it up, get it to sit on there good. And now we have a perfectly working Shimano Stratic 5000 handle. And man, does that feel so much better on there. You guys know that I'm a huge fan of these power knobs. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. That is actually going to be it for this video. And so I really do appreciate you guys clicking on this video. If you did like the video, please hit that like button. Think about subscribing, as I want to post more videos as often as possible, especially with these upgrading and unboxing videos. And there's actually a really cool sustain coming out soon, and hopefully I can do a video on that. So again, I will see you guys in the next video.